Right now, though, it's time to kick off Heat 11 of round 2. A beautiful Friday morning here, and we're greeted once again by thundering swell. And these guys are going to eat it up. Their first head-to-head heat, and it's going to be a good one. These are the two surfers that were locked in a battle for the Rookie of the Year title at the end of last season after the European League. It's going to be a lot of fun to call. Ronnie Blakey here with Pete Mel. And Pete, similar stature for these two competitors. Both have impeccable rail games, and it looks like Connor's going to get things started here, trying to find an exit, and he gets annihilated. A lot of water in that lip, and he copped it right to the face.
The guillotine.
He's had some issues with his sinuses over the years. That might just flush it out.
And as you take a look here again, tried to low road out of it. That was a good call, but of course, that risk of trying to get out low road, you also get the guillotine coming down. That's exactly what happened to him. Earned a 1.87 for his efforts.
And here he goes now. Looking left, keeping his options open. Grabs that rail, tucks in. Gunning, but can't find the end of the barrel.
And he's also refined it. I think he kind of knew once he got here that he was going to have to surf a little bit different, and he's changed it and has changed his approach, and to great success.
I love his aggression. Always throws everything into it, just like that. That first turn was a monster. And he gets a good finish before the closeout too. So just 2 turns. But with the conditions the way they are today, 2 turns could score very well.
No, absolutely. Especially when you saw the heat previous to that, where literally we were battling ones throughout pretty much the first 30 or 25 minutes. And then all of a sudden, at the very end, to see a good front-on angle of this very committed turn from Caio. And keeps it under, too. I mean, that was one where you throw the kitchen sink at it, and generally it could slow your flow. But he kept that board under his feet through this maneuver. I mean, look at where he goes and executes this turn. Very vertical face. Gets the fins completely released. His back foot almost off the rail and brings it back onto the pad. And then straight into another bottom turn. This feels like it's going to be a pretty good score, probably up into the good range. I mean, kind of a very loose approach, but it worked.
Yeah, he skipped out. There's some surfers who want to keep that board engaged and drive through that turn. Some movement here from Connor Coffin. Looks to set up a pit on the inside, grabs that wall, tucks in, punches through the curtain. Didn't need a lot to get the lead, a 4.97, but a smaller ride, Pete. Do you think it's going to do it for him?
Considering what we saw from earlier heat, I think that it's not going to be quite enough. If you're going to hunt the barrel, you want the barrel to be a big round one. I mean, there was one little section there, but then the ability to have to punch through right there, judges take note of that. I wouldn't see it going real high, plus the size of the wave. When you've got some major set waves out there in the lineup, these smaller waves aren't going to be as critical.
Just a 2.67. Painful when you think about requalification and that world title. Here we go, Caio up at the moment. Trying to find a backup for the 6.33. Nice floating re-entry to start with. That's all he'll be able to juice out of that ride. Trying to restore health services in the regions affected. Go to amaze.com/surf ranch and you could step into a hot tub with Kelly Slater.
Ooh.
Here we go, Connor Coffin though, up once again. And he's chasing a number now, 5.9 to get himself into the lead. Not much unfolding during the break there, but it is a big opportunity. Kelly's even going to be coaching the winners. So you get to take a mate if you get the victory. And that could be the start of
have you put in your
our
donation?
QS campaign. If Kelly started coaching us, who knows, Pete? We could be off the couch
coming back
out there in the jersey. It'll be good. Here we go though, Caio now. He's up, trying to get rid of a 2.33.
What? Is he going to be there?
Well, he reconnected with his board, but
somehow
he's just riding the Bronco through to the shore break. Couldn't quite get back on the horse.
Sweet little barrel, pretty deep, comes out clean again, and then the cutty to finish. You'd have to say it's going to go into the good range and going to match Caio's best wave. And that's LaGraviere right on the shoreline. See that stall, good technique there. You see that hand drag and delays the bottom turn. And then right before the barrel is going to kind of pitch over, he tucks underneath. And he was able to get a few turns done too as well. So this is going to be a good wave for Connor. Also, Caio Ibelli, you see first section here, digs in, and then goes for a bit of a free floating kind of off the top. He somehow connects with his board, but not complete there. So take a look again as he sets up this section, and that's where you want to hit it. Right when it's all up and vertical, gets the fins up and over, disconnects, and that could have been pretty tough on a knee. You know, he's kind of keeping his front foot on the board there, just hoping that at some point he can bring it back underneath him, and he almost does.
Almost a happy accident. It almost kind of worked out pretty good for him that turn. It was something different, kind of got weightless, but just couldn't regain control.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, it's maybe going to go into his top two because of the first turn, first maneuver there, but I think that Micro's been one of those guys that really looks at each and every athlete as a distinct personality, and whatever they can improve on, he's been able to kind of focus on it and create it and help them.
Good looking wave here for Connor Coffin, driving through the barrel, has to punch through the curtain. So hard to do here, and he's not able to get the exit there.
Keeps dealing with that executioner, huh? Flirting with him.
Caio Ibelli up on the back end, whips that board vertically, out onto the open face. Around the turn there, but making up for it with something solid on the end section. But he disappears in that whitewater.
Well, they're doing very similar, or I'm sorry, very distinctly different approaches in the lineup. You know, he's surfing the rip ball. He's going to be going left and right, trying to get those waves that give him a little bit more of open wall, whereas Connor hunting the barrel on those inside sections. This wave would have been a pretty good score. Was able to kind of pull down that last final maneuver, but that final section's so tough, whereas again, you can see Connor hunting the barrel, looking for these tubes and trying to get out the bottom of it. Guillotine gets him once again. Same technique. You see he stalls and delays the bottom turn and really times what the wave's going to do. Quick pump into it, trying to disappear from the judges and then come out the bottom. No dice for him.
Very, very close. Caio's just taken the lead. He's on 9.66 for his two waves, and Connor on 9.5.
Well, and then that last heat, too, you're talking about how close it was. Jeremy Flores, Italo Ferreira. Italo did get a last wave. With 3:20 to go, Connor Coffin is in need of a score, and not a very big one.
And here is a wave for him. Let's see what he can do. Will this one hold open? He's had a couple of closeouts. He's going to get some cover. Make sure he finds an exit out of that barrel and then goes to one of his calves. But that wave just flattened out a little bit on him, Pete.
Yeah, it's not going to do it. You know, I don't think the barrel was enough, and then the maneuver didn't quite feel like it was completed.
It's Caio who picks off another wave on the inside here. 20 seconds to go. Can he improve on a 3.33 to increase his lead? 15 seconds. Connor running out of time. We talk about these guys settling into life as championship tour competitors, but an important heat for both these guys.
Oh, look at this. Ronnie, there might be an opportunity.
The onside announcer's counting it down, and he is not going to get to his feet in time. A frustrating finish to the heat for Connor Coffin.
Wow. You know, and you start looking back at where he did wrong. You know,